Yeah, I'll be jumping off the subject. I'll be just like, cause there's so much I have to say, like trying to get all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? America was built on criminal activity. It always had. And I'm talking about before even white folks came over here. Because a lot of people don't understand these little secret caves and the places that they be finding and observing and find out what's going on. Because yo, it's so much under the soil, under the ground. It's the buildings go so much. They building goes so far that you gonna be surprised at what the fuck these niggas was doing as time go on. It's certain shit that we don't even fucking know what they did yet. You feel me? But the whole all land is a corrupt system that was going on for eons. But the faces wasn't the same. The system was the same, but not the faces. It changed. But it's so easy to come out a system. The system is about the whole thing is about treating the next man like yourself. If you want to be respected, you have to respect somebody too. And it doesn't even matter what kind of business that you're in. You gotta have respect there. That's the only way you're gonna be treated good. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck what you do. Keep it 100. You'll always be good. Bro, that corrupt system went back for a long, long time, and it got to a point when it became secret. It's because it became deadly. Anything that becomes real, like harmful, it gets more secretive because now niggas is dying over this shit. But when you're talking about creating humans and creating chaos, that's how you get it. You know what I'm saying? Because even if somebody was like, say if a person right now was trying to create a blob kind of system, you know what the blob is. They ever probably seen the blob movie. A little gooey looking thing, and you throw the gooey thing in whatever the gooey thing eat, you get big and big and big and big and big and big and big. So eventually, it's eat up to take over the world. If any kind of civilization find out somebody's plotting to do that to their citizens, they're gonna try to stop them. That's what I'm talking about. Same thing. Same thing. But it's a corrupt system that's running in with the system. Just like I was telling you in the videos before, if you've seen it, Moors are high priests. And if you don't know about Yakub was the creator of the high priest. High priest is a side. High priest is. All right. Let me tell you about Mr. Yakub. Yakub is like he was a Moor. So Moors was before Yakub. Moors was like, how can I say Moors is? Okay, everybody know about the Romans, right? The Romans had the imperial, I think, and the imperial guards that they had. And I think the imperial guards were dark blue, and the Roman soldiers were red. And that was when the guards come through the red know what to open up to let these niggas pass. Cause all these niggas is like it's like thousands and thousands of Navy SEALs or Green Berets or any secret fucking agency at the top level training. That's what Moors was. And Yaqub was born to that system. His father was a Moor, his uncle was a Moor, his stepdad was a Moor. His cousins is Moors. His grandfather is a Moor, his grandmother is a Moor. Moor is warrior training. But they just don't train with they just don't train with military. They train the body. They scientists. They scientists. They create things. That's what they do. Them the first people who mathematics. The first people who they already had colleges. They had colleges. They still had colleges, and what I'm talking, Yaqub's story is at least 150,000 years old. His story is 150,000 years old, and they tell you Adam and Eve is 5,000-6,000 years. That shit makes no sense. Somebody's lying. But Yaqub is 150,000 years old, and this system goes back way more than him. And what it was they had Nubians, and then they had other different sections. And this is the myth. This is the tale. Wherever the fuck you want to go. It was like, say, 7, 10 different kingdoms. And the kingdoms, alright, people working and stuff like that. Some other kingdom was raping some other kingdom's women. The girls would go work, or they would don't go. Whatever they had to do, they chose, or they chose to go play in the pool, or whatever they chose to do. These other dudes coming over, raping the girls, because they women are beautiful, and running back off and doing that. And the king was like, yo, basically, they getting fed up with this shit. Control your folks. So, somehow, they didn't basically do, and they did it again, where king didn't want to stand for the shit no more. And he stepped to the niggas. When he stepped to the niggas, he kind of like, he tore them up. Like, tore them a whole new ass. And the one that lost ran to another one that was supposed to have been equally as powerful. And they had a thing, because they was darker. Then, like, yeah, that color issue. Like, one was lighter than the other, like brown tone wise. And the two, like, powerhouse wound up fighting. So the one that they thought was a powerhouse really wasn't a powerhouse. Now they're at the mercy of him, because he went to whoever got in the way. You know what I'm saying? So how they did back then was that when they had beef, like major beef, the king, usually his daughters is virgins, and they give it to another king, and that other king is supposed to make a baby, and that baby is supposed to create a union, and that was supposed to make them together. That's how it went back then. So this king sends his daughter, because he had a daughter and he had a son, and he sends they had a son and he had a son and a daughter. And the other king, that one king was an older king, but this king wasn't that old, and everybody was giving this king his wives. Like this girl was like, I'm a princess. She don't want to be no one of his ladies. You know how black ladies is. I don't want to be one of his ladies. But this is what your father. This is the rules. So he gives it to the king. The king appreciates him, and the king gives his daughter to the king's son. So they kind of make a trade. So if one didn't do it, they made a double union because they respect each other's battle. So now we kind of come to a whole new fighting force. And the people, which was the older king, who gave his daughter up, because he had his daughter and his son, but his son became king. And their last name is Hebrew. The one who gave his daughter up, last name is Hebrew. So right. They the daughter, when the daughter they had the wedding, whatever. The daughter she gets upset. Like she saw, first of all, the king is not an old king. He's not an old king. He got an older brother. He got two older brothers. Right? He had an older brother it's how the father feels. The father had 3 sons. And out of the sons being raised, everybody get the same teaching, everybody get the same, because you don't know who's going to be the damn king. And he goes, right? He goes and the oldest son say he too laid back. Say he one of them princes. He let him mess around with the ladies. He like just going to mess with the ladies, doing whatever. The father's not looking at him as a king. The second one was just too evil, just too mean, the father didn't want to make him king. So he made the younger one king. So the middle one always had animosity against the younger one. But they had laws. They had rules that had the death penalty. That's why the Muslims like that to this day. Because these people is Islam. And they had rules. And one rule was considered death. Like, you couldn't sleep with another man's wife without getting, if you get caught, you're going to get killed. That's it. You ain't supposed to do that. That's caused chaos. So these people know this thing. But anyway, the brother, the king, the brother who didn't become the king, he's a general. He's like, they got their own black army, like personal super task force. And he's like a general in the super task force, so he controls most of the military. He starts screwing. Alright, the girl who was mad to get married, they decided to piss him off was to just discredit his name, like he ain't all of that what he claimed to be, because we screwing each other, you feel me? And it's just to bring shame to the king. But he wasn't like he's a king and he's sleeping around with these women. He may be married to them and don't even sleep with these women because of the union. But, in a certain time, it's about, they had a baby at a certain point in time. She didn't want to be in that system. She wanted to marry somebody of her own kind. She wanted to marry another Hebrew. She probably didn't want to marry. I don't know if it was Islam. Maybe that last one, maybe they last name is Islam. I don't know. You feel me? So maybe she wanted to marry somebody from her thing, but her father made her marry somebody from that thing. She didn't want to be with that, so these two decided that they gonna fuck around. You dig what I'm saying? So now, when these two motherfuckers is fucking around, they start liking each other. So now, and they believe, this is the belief, that back then, through the eating habits and what people was doing, when you heard about people used to live a long time, this is back then. This is when a human lived 300 years, 400 years. And they do looking for the giants because it's what you eat that you keep growing because it's a mind thing. You can create your mind to whatever you want to be because it's your mind. And if you feed the system, it's going to always keep growing because the mind don't know what age you are. They just create to keep operating. You know what I'm saying? So they were saying in their history that if you leave from I guess the Garden of Eden or where they supposed to stay at in the comfort zone, your life expand drops. So the old brother, the oldest brother, he created um, Babylon, and it wasn't named Babylon what he created, but what he did was Asia. Just how Asia was created. Some scientists from another place came to the mountains of Asia because the Asia didn't have what made Asia grow is that they went from the mountains to where they had snow and they made their own rivers and they made their own rivers to go to where they wanted to go to where they could create a garden. Then when they created a garden, they created fruits and vegetables, and then from there they created civilization. It was created to be a paradise. It was a paradise where the oldest brother used to take his jump offs or his little chickadees that he wanted to mess around with. That's what he did. But when he did that, it messed up his life expectancy. So he was out of the picture quicker. You dig what I'm saying? The other brother, once the other brother started messing with the other brother's wife, he used his brother jump off spot to go lay her down at. But as they laid her down, they created a baby. But the baby's supposed to be in secret because nobody's supposed to even know that baby exists. Because the penalty for that was death, and that was the queen. You feel me? So now, once it got back, they did that for 5 years. And because the queen, everybody, queen is never fucking around. Fucking this chick at? She ain't around, she hides, she done had a baby. So when the first thing is when they catch her, she got a baby with her. And they're like, who baby is that? Now that's his brother baby. Maybe the brother kept it in and kept running stuff back and did doing shit on the low. You know how niggas move. Brother, no brother. Niggas moving like that. You know what I'm saying? And the punishment was execution. Nigga executed his own brother. That made the girl a widow. That's when you hear when the Moor said the widow's son. That's letting you know that this is the man. This is where this man come from. This is why he's upset, and this is why he's angry at these people. He's the widow's son. Because now his pops is not, they executed his pops is dead. His mom, that's his mom's lover. That's his dad. But the mom's a queen. Some fucked up computer shit already. He came into some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And was taught wrong. So when his mom was, what they said was, because the execution was death for the moms too. Because you spit, because the girl father turned her back on him. Because you ain't turned your back on me, you turned your back on the whole kingdom. You put the whole kingdom in jeopardy. And from that pressure alone, she couldn't deal with life. And she killed herself. So when she killed herself, he ain't just, lost his dad. He lost his mom and his dad. So he's an orphan. And he had a big head. Rumors say he had a big head, and the kids used to pick on him, and they call him the two-headed, two-brain guy because his head was big. They say that all about kids now. I heard another kid told another kid his head so big they call him headquarters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what kids do. But he couldn't take that because he was an orphanage. But really, when he came back, he was raised in the kingdom with his brothers because he had brothers. He had stepbrothers. Because he's the king's stepson. His mother's the queen. That's the mother's son. That's the king's stepson, as well as that's his nephew. So he was raised amongst them. And this little guy was using the schools and stuff, was going to school to pay his uncle back because he wanted to break his uncle's system down. He wanted them to never rise again because what he felt they did to him. Because he don't understand the rules. He's a baby. He born into that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, when he found the creation of, they said about the matters with the magnets is because he knew that people could turn. He knew people didn't like each other, and he used certain things about people against them. He's the creator of that. That's why they call him the father of lies. Because he was the first one that made reversing things into a strategy. That's what they call him, the creator of the devil. Well, this guy, he actually going to school and see, the Hebrews where he come from, right? The reason why they was lighter is because where he comes from, the first albino came from. The first albino people, they're Hebrews. They come from the family of Hebrews. You are the family of Hebrews. Now, if you're just because you're a Hebrew don't mean you're bad. That don't mean you're bad. That means you're Hebrew. You're a Hebrew of the because that came from their family. That's why when you can see the Hebrews, you see a Spanish guy with him. That is his brother, because that color came from the family. If they don't think that it was, but Yakub did something else. But that was the first, and every albino woman, all of them, some of them are beautiful, man. I mean, like, stop, dead gorgeous, like, you feel me? And they that was they was known for that. So while he was going to school, he was like scoping out the girls. That's the girls he used to holler at, because he wanted like babies. Because he wasn't that dark, because his mother wasn't dark, but his pops was dark. The pops and the uncle, they dark, but the mom's is lighter than that, because that's where they come from. They come from that mixture. That's the first albino came from them. It's a heap. So now, he started doing stuff because he wanted to do his own thing, and usually they don't let you do his own thing. But said once he created his own people, he created his own little task force, and he did like a tour. He made a tour, and when he made a tour, he created grafting. Grafting is like, you get one albino chick. Alright, this nigga was going around kidnapping albino women. Any woman that's light, that's what he was doing. And he was impregnating them. And it came to a point where he was using, because they said that gorillas came from Yakub creation. He made that. He was into mixing animals with sex with each other, putting this one with this one, see what this baby come out to be. And they did years and years of grafting, like years and years of grafting. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a process. It's things you got to go through. But he went to school. He went to school to understand this stuff. So he knew this stuff, and he was all in the dark babies. He would kill them because it's going backwards. He had hate for dark skin. He got hate for that, so he's out to destroy that. So that's why they were saying that. But when they was doing that, you know what I'm saying? When he left, because he supposed to went and he made it seem like he was gonna do his own little, I guess, kingdom or whatever he gonna do, and he went around and he had ships and grabbing up supplies or whatever the case may be, and he started grafting as soon as he got on the fucking ships. And in Egypt, they used to call them sea people. They lived on the fucking sea. but they was drafting on the ship. The script was like a science lab. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, they still do it today. People still like, you got girls fucking dogs. You got, yo, a dog bust a nut in and the girl had the baby. Like, what the fuck is this dog gonna look like? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who you think the human thing gonna be that strong? The dog ain't gonna have no gene, nigga ain't have no kind of dog genes? Everything's in people's DNA. We could all get tested and see how pure you are. And find out what your DNA say. What are you made of? Shit crazy. Yeah, but he was doing that on the ships. And he when he was doing that, it wasn't like everybody knew he was doing it. He was secret. But they was killing the baby, throwing the babies off the ship. When you hear about all the cool stories, that's where the cool stories come from. Because nobody's really that cool. They call the nigga a psychopath. This nigga was a psychopath, but at the same time, he was loved. And he was girls' lovers. Because girls loved the nigga. That nigga had bread. Nigga had mad money. Nigga got armies. Nigga armies is yo, them niggas is super warrior because he wasn't a bitch ass nigga. Nigga, if you meet up with him and you're fighting him, you better be on your A game, because he would take your head off. But at the same time, it's like you fighting the people who taught you. So just because your shit is amazing as somebody else be, now it's like you got one amazing nigga got to fight 4 amazing niggas. That shit don't, them numbers don't add up, nigga. Them make good fucking numbers. Them numbers ain't hardly good. And he went around, man. He ran this nigga, yo. Yaqub was the only nigga. And I see why everybody named himself Yaqub. He was the only nigga that everywhere he went to, he became somebody, right? He went to Egypt and he became Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? He went to Babylon, because that was his anyway, because his uncle created it. You dig what I'm saying? He is God King. And where he did his creation at was he was the Greek dude, Zeus. Matter of fact, Zeus wasn't him. Zeus was a albino hitman like he had. Like one of Yaqub's henchmen was a big albino nigga. And his name was Zeus. And he was like a super being where he was just albino. Big, humongous nigga. And they like, when you look at him, you're like, oh, you think this nigga eat kids. And they come up with all this crazy idea about, this and